Make sure what happened in the last video doesn't happen in this video, that's for sure. Kidding me. Alright, hey everybody, Jeff back here. So, happy belated Father's Day to all of you who are fathers out there. It is Monday now, and I wanted to relay a little of what my Father's Day held for me. Basically, all my family came over. My kids were here and their significant others. And we had a big meal, and they basically had all pitched in and purchased me a gift certificate to the local bookstore, AFK Books and Records. It's one of the places I go. Of course, they have a huge selection of records and books. Makes sense, huh? Books, CDs and DVDs, all kinds of media, puzzles, Metallica puzzles, you know, all kinds of stuff. I go there quite often. It's fairly close. Yeah, that's where I tend to go the most. That's where I went for for the record day last time, etc., etc. So they went there and got that. And they got me a $100 gift certificate. So it was like, hey, $100 for the records. And then basically when the day was done and everybody kind of went their separate ways, it was getting kind of quiet. I thought, well, I'll go ahead and go on down there. So I went down by myself. And I kind of had an idea, okay, I know what I'm going to get. Because, you know, on average, most of the newer release stuff, I look at the used stuff too to make sure that there's nothing there. But, you know, most of the newer stuff tends to be in the $20 range. I thought, you know, I could get around 5 albums. So I had some thoughts when I went in there of what I could get to fill in the collection here, fill in the collection there. And my initial thoughts were I'm going to go get, you know, 5 by this artist because I know they have this. Actually, I was going to go in there. I'll tell you what I was going to do. There's still a lot of gaps in my Iron Maiden vinyl collection. Obviously, I have all the CDs, but I knew they had all the vinyl there that I needed. I was going to get stuff from record 1 through, you know, basically the first 5 records. That was my thought. That's my fallback plan. I'm going to go with that. But then I went ahead and looked at the used stuff, and there was nothing in there that jumped out. And at first, I wasn't going to really look through the whole store because it takes a long time. And I thought I'll just go get those 5 and go home. But I started looking. Who knows what I might, you know, last time I went in there, I picked up that I had never seen before. They had that Britney Fox album that I showed a couple videos ago. And I thought, you know, what gems may be intermingled into this large collection. So I went ahead and started diving through. Started in A, went through Z. Took time. Nobody was there rushing me. Wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything that maybe was used or whatever there that I would maybe want more than just grabbing some stuff that I, you know, was already familiar with. In the end, I didn't really find anything, any gems or anything, you know, jumped out. But as I was running through the collection, I would run across an album here, an album there. You know, that'd be nice to have. Well, that'd be nice to have. So that by the time I was done, I also had other thoughts, other bands. I'm like, oh, they have 5 by this, and I don't have a lot of that, so maybe I'll get that. So I had all kinds of plans as I'm going from A to Z. But by the time I got to the end, I thought, okay, I could go back and my original plan, get the 5 Iron Maiden. But maybe to be a little more variety and fun, I'll pick random things, which is what I did. So I went back through. I did go over and I did grab Iron Maiden. I went ahead and started with the first. At first I grabbed the first and second. I thought, let's get the Paul Di'Anno years and get them out of the way. I really like these albums. I mean, you know, the Bruce years are great. These are classic. So I grabbed both of them, but then I put one back and got another, as you can see. But I thought, okay, I'm going to get one Iron Maiden and then one of this band and one of that band, because I was finding things, you know, that were one-offs that I thought, well, that'd be nice to have. And there were some that I ended up not getting because, you know, you can only get 5. But I grabbed this. So, you know, I have most of the newer Iron Maiden releases have come out since I started buying vinyl again. But now I got to go back and, you know, get the fill in the gaps with the other ones. So, grab that. Well, there's not that much I can say about this one. This was really, they had 2 albums by this band. I have a couple gaps. This was the only one I needed. And the other one that they had, I already had. So, I picked up Kiss's Gene Simmons solo album. I have the Peter Criss solo album. Now I have the Gene Simmons. I know what you're saying. Probably the least favorite of the 2. I don't mind them. Again, you want to have them all in the collection, so I went ahead and grabbed this. If they'd have had Ace or Paul, they had a used Paul, but they wanted almost the same price, and it was in pretty bad shape. I didn't want to get that. Yeah, I want them all eventually. They had this. I thought, well, let's add that in there. When it first came out, Gene was my favorite. He was my favorite in the band. He was all of that. So this album at first I listened to it all the time. And it is really diverse. It's, way different than what you would think the monster, demon, rock monster from Kiss would put out. Everything from When You Wish Upon a Star, because he's big into all kinds of movies and stuff. But it's good, Tunnel of Love, Radioactive. It's a good album. Maybe my second favorite. Anyway, because obviously, most everybody agrees that the Ace Frehley album has the longest. It's been the one that I listened to the most. But again, gotta have it. So I grabbed it. Then I was going through and I noticed 2 copies of this album in the store. And one was $10 more than the other. And I compared them and I could not find a single difference. I don't know what the difference was. It was like, did they price these? And they both had come in 2020. So it's not like one of them had been in the store for a long time. When the new one came in, they repriced it. I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking. Everything, every credit, everything that I could see, the printing date, everything was identical. Then I noticed, okay, the sticker. The barcode sticker had a sticker on top on the shrink wrap that said limited edition. Okay, and I'm like, what's limited about it? It is identical. That's the only thing. Limited edition, different barcode. Pulled up my app for Discogs, pulled up that barcode. Turns out the limited edition was on a colored vinyl. It doesn't say anything about it on the cover. Only on Discogs it says it's like an opaque something color. But Scorpions love it first sting. It's classic, Rock You Like a Hurricane. It's got all the big hits. And it's the only Scorpions they had. Only Scorpions they had in the store was this and a different version. I went for the non-limited edition version because I don't want to pay $10 for color. But I thought, hey, I'll grab this because it's a classic. I have Blackout. I have this now. Obviously, there's more that I need. I have the newer stuff too, but on vinyl. So anyway, grab this. Enough said. This is the, this and Blackout. Most fans probably, obviously, the Uli Roth years prior to these albums are different. It's a whole different band. It's a whole different feel. And I'm not even going to talk about the comparison, but when you're talking Scorpions that people know that are radio rock, this album is probably the one you're going to get because Rock You Like a Hurricane is on there. Big City Nights was a big hit. This whole album, for back in the day when we had this whole album start to finish is mind-blowingly amazing. It is just the quintessential Scorpions. This and Blackout, for me, are probably the high water marks. And I love all their stuff. All their stuff. Even their weirder later stuff. It's all got a different flavor, but I love it. Anyway, had to have this. If you like Scorpions, you probably like that, and you know that. Grab this. This is the reissue. Just came out a couple months ago. Def Leppard's On Through the Night. They had both this and High and Dry, both of which were reissued a couple months ago. And I already had High and Dry. I showed in a video months ago. I bought a used edition of the original press without the remix songs. Just because I wanted to have the original. I have the remix songs. I have the digital. I have the CD version. I have it all. I have the digital versions from the the early years albums where they released these and remastered them and everything. So purchased those. So I got all that. I wanted to have the actual vinyl. I went ahead and grabbed, like I said, the remastered, reissued edition. And it's pretty standard. It's typical black. It's got the insert with the lyrics, etc. So I love this album. The first 2 Def Leppard albums, probably still first 3 Def Leppard albums. Let's put Pyromania in there, I guess. I think Pyromania is when they really started going in a different direction. It's an amazing album start to finish. There's no doubt about that. First 2 though are just gutsy and raw rock and roll from a bunch of young guys who were just itching for that, and it was just a sound that was different. Pyromania started going in the way of a little more commercial, and then from there it went different. And I love all their stuff too. It's just these albums still hold a near and dear place in my heart because these are the early days, and these are just more raw and fun. So I went and got this. That gives me all of the first three that I'm talking about. So yeah, I got a little ways to go. Now, the other band, and I know this would be out of place, but there was another band there. They had more than 5 records. They were all in the $20 range. I thought, well, I could get 5 of these. Because honestly, I only have 3 on vinyl. One is a new reissue. The other 2 are older ones that I've acquired VCLT-wise. And they're kind of in rougher shape. But this would be totally outside of what I normally get. And I was going to go with 5 of those. 5 of the Iron Maiden or 5 of these, because they had them. It was tough. It was a tough decision. And 5 of these are a band that I've never owned vinyl in my collection ever, aside from the 3 that I just mentioned I have. So that'd be different. I have Iron Maiden. I've had them for years. I used to have the vinyl. I have the CDs. I have the bonus CDs. I have the limited edition, blah, blah. Do I really want to buy those again? Or do I want to buy a band that I have the digital tracks for most of their albums, but should I buy them on vinyl? It was a tough decision. In the end, I did decide, like I say, to pick one in here of this and that. And I went ahead and grabbed this one because of what I had heard about it, and I hope I got the right edition. There are 180 some versions of this. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. This is the anniversary edition, and I have seen somebody else in the VC recently, I think, or was I reading it online? Somebody was showing. They were talking about how the 50th anniversary edition was a totally different animal, that it had been remixed, and it does say it's remixed. It says, Sgt. Pepper as you've never heard it before. I know there's a double disc edition where it's been, half speed, mastered, but it seems like the big rave was how different and better the 50th anniversary remix edition was. I'm thinking that's what I got. I have looked it up on Amazon and seen multiple versions that have been recently reissued that are not that remix. But this one does say it's an anniversary edition. Doesn't say 50th anniversary. It does say anniversary. It does 2017, so it's the 50th anniversary as you've never heard it. So I hope I got the right one. Anyway, it was in the price range. I wanted to have at least one Beatles. I literally thought I'll beef up the Beatles collection. I was going to get this and Revolver and Abbey Road and Help, and what else they have there? They had most of them. I opted to get this one. So anyway, I got 5 random bands, random albums, just to fill in the collection. None of these are like outrageously, unique, common stuff, but they fill in gaps. Now let's talk about what else I got in the mail recently. CD wise, Hellbender, American Nightmare. This is Scott Waters' label, No Life Till Metal. And I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I love buying stuff from them. I support all those labels. Rocks, No Life Till Metal, Girder, Retroactive Records, all of them. So I try to buy pretty much anything they release within reason. Now, No Life Till Metal, all the stuff Scott puts out is going to be mainstream music. It's not in the Christian realm. So, you know that going in. They released a video from this album. First thing that appealed to me was a bunch of old guys. I think when the guys look like they're pushing my age, I'm going to enjoy them. That's the people that make the good music. All right, I'm kind of joking, but kind of not. So, but when I saw the video, I thought, this is pretty good sound. It wasn't mind-blowing. The video, I don't know if it was a video. I don't know if it was a concept. I don't know if it was the way the guys looked or the way they acted. There was something that it was kind of like, okay, this is going to be, average, but it sounded good. It's one song. I bought it based on the one song. And I'm going to tell you, the video doesn't do it justice. The song on here that was made in the video, I don't even remember the video. This is powerful stuff here. This is not the impression I got from the video. This is not, it just from start to finish was blew me away. I'd have to go back and look at the video now. I don't know if I want to. It's kind of like reading a book and watching the movie. You realize one's better than the other. This is better than the video. Don't gauge everything based on the video. If you don't, sometimes seeing things is not always as good as just listening to them. I have played this numerous times. It is heavy. It's good, but yet it's still, it's a good, it's a modern metal feel without all the, screaming and stuff. And you probably can't tell, it's a darker picture, but average looking guys, not too crazy. Anyway, I encourage you to check this out. Watch the video, but close your eyes. I don't know what the difference is. All I know is this blew me away more than the video. I can't explain it. Maybe it was just where I was at the day. Watch the video, close your eyes, or just buy this. Just buy this. This is some good, solid stuff. And these are not bands that you're seeing out there all over the market, so you need to jump on them. Limited. He just released another one. I did watch a couple videos by, and the videos impressed me enough. Again, you could look at some of the looks, and you're like, wow, these guys. Fury. Oh, I am totally forgetting the name of the band. Go to Scott's page, No Life Till Metal, or rocksrecords.com, and look at the most recent thing. Something about Ruins. I'm totally forgetting it. Thrash band. You watch the videos, though. The singer looks like Rob Halford when he was, 20. Young guy, bald, spikes and everything. But double guitar attack. It's a good stuff. Jump on that. That just came out. It just got to where it could pre-order over the weekend. So grab it now. It's only like $11. And while you're there, grab this. You have to wait until they both come out if you do that, but you'll want this. That's all for now. I'm going to let you go. I'll be doing another video soon for some Christian music that I got out recently. But that's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody out there who's a father had a great Father's Day. And we will see you later. Rock on.